tutorial on long division. So you find out, you always work with the first term first. The first term on the outside, the first term on the inside always. So what multiplies times x squared to give you 3x to the fourth? Well, 3x squared. And then from there you multiply 3x squared times everything on the outside. So 3x squared times x squared is 3x to the fourth. 3x squared times x is 3x squared, and then 3x cubed, I'm sorry. And then 3x squared times 1 is 3x squared. Then from there, you must switch the signs. Then once you switch the signs, you add and see what you have left. Then again, what times x squared gives me negative 8x cubed? You see that that is negative 8x. And then we multiply negative 8x times everything in front. So negative 8x times x squared is negative 8x cubed. Negative 8x times x is negative 8x squared, and then negative 8 times 1 is negative 8x. Then we have to switch the signs. Then we add up and down. Then we find out what multiplies times x squared to give me 11x squared. Well, 11. And then we multiply 11 times 11. We multiply 11 times x squared plus x plus 1, and we end up with 11x squared plus 11x plus 11. And then we have to switch the signs. So we end up with negative 10x minus 8. So negative 10x minus 8 is my remainder. So my final answer would be 3x squared minus 8x plus 11 plus negative 10x minus 8 over x squared plus x plus 1. So there's one example for long division. So we have another problem here again. We're going to do long division. What multiplies times 2x squared to give me 6x to the fourth? It's 3x squared. And then I multiply 3x squared times everything in front. 3x squared times 2x squared is 6x to the fourth. 3x squared times 3x is 9x cubed. 3x squared times 1 is 3x squared. Then we switch the signs, and then we add and see what's left. We end up with negative 2x cubed minus 6x squared plus 7x minus 4. Then we figure out what multiplies times negative 2x squared to give me negative 2x cubed. It's just negative x. Then we multiply negative x times everything in front. Negative x times 2x squared is negative 2x cubed. Negative x times 3x is negative 3x squared. Negative x times 1 is negative x. We switch the signs and we add. We're left with negative 3x squared plus 8x minus 4. Then I figure out what multiplies times 2x squared to give me negative 3x squared, and we find out that that is negative 3 over 2. Then we multiply negative 3 over 2 times everything in front again. Negative 3 over 2 times 2x squared is negative 3x squared. Negative 3 over 2 times 3x is negative 9 halves x, and then negative 3 halves times 1 is negative 3 halves. We switch the signs and then we add them together. In order to add a fraction and a whole number, you find a common denominator. So 8 would become 16 over 2. 16 over 2 plus 9 over 2 is 25 over 2. And then negative 4 would become negative 8 over 2. Negative 8 over 2 plus 3 over 2 is negative 5 over 2. So your answer would be 3x squared minus x minus 3 halves plus 25 halves x minus 5 halves divided by 2x squared plus 3x plus 1. Now, because I do not want to have a fraction, a numerator that has a fraction divided by a fraction, we multiply the top and the bottom by the denominator of the numerator. So I multiply the top of the remainder by 2, and I multiply the divisor by 2. So my final answer would be 3x squared minus x minus 3 halves plus 25x minus 5 over 4x squared plus 6x. Four x squared plus 6x plus 2. So that would be my final answer there.